Hello, as we're in quarantine, self-quarantine, I started to sprout. So this is the stuff that you need to utilize. At least that's what I utilize. So this cup, I got it from the Metropolit, and pretty much I'm able to go and utilize it. So I'm really happy. And then this box, I got it from Dollar Tree. And this thing here, I got it, so I thought that I can go and put it over, but this is not, it doesn't fit. So bottom line is, I'm just gonna use this as a filter, and it's okay with that. And I got measuring spoons as well. And I'll show you what to do with this bottle in just a second, and we can recycle it. So I got a knife, and I got this pokey thing, so I can make the small holes later. And also I got a scissors here. So here we go. And I want to give you a comparison. So this is, if you can see on the bottom, this is the arugula seeds. So I put 2 tablespoons in this cup with the seeds and soak it overnight. And this is what it looks like currently. And this is the alfalfa seeds. Soak it for 8 hours. And it's ready to sprout. They actually give you the instruction on the package. It's usually take about 5 to 6 days. And you have to drain it and rinse it for 2 to 3 times a day. So here we go. Number 1, what I'm going to do right now is utilize this bottle, and I'm going to show you how I am able to, after different kind of test, I finally realized this might be the easiest way for me to use, for me to sprout. Those are the 2 items that I need. This is for alfalfa seeds, and this is for arugula seeds. So for arugula, it's a little easier. All you need is the container, and you want to make sure that you wet the paper towel. I use 2 pieces. So I'm gonna put it over here like that. And I got water here. So I'm gonna go and pour water in. And that's all you need. So after, I'm going to rinse this out. I'm going to rinse this out. Just leave a little bit of the seeds, and you want to be careful that you're not breaking the seeds. So after we drain the water out, then we still have a little bit of water in the cup. So I want to make sure I gather all the seeds together and simply pour it out on the paper towel. Make sure you got all the seeds. There's still a little bit in on the bottom, so I'll fix that later. But this is the most comfort way to do it, because you know what I usually do is once I put it on there, I just use my finger and then roll it out, spread the seeds out. And not very close to each other, so give them a little more space if you're able to, but don't put too much pressure, so you might crush them. And if you absolutely need to make sure it looks like a square, feel free to do so. And as for me, I don't really care as long as they grow and I can go ahead and just eat them, and I'll be fine with that. But I want to make sure that I'm not putting them too close. So spread it out so there's no layers. It's just one layer. There's no second layer up there. They're not overlap each other. Now all you need to do is just make sure you have the spray bottle. And you're gonna go ahead and spray and make sure that paper towel is always wet. 2 to 3 times a day. And let's go ahead and just leave it on the counter and we'll come back tomorrow. This is day 2 for arugula seeds, arugula sprouts. All you have to do is just use the sprayer. Keep the moisture. Keep the paper towel wet. And leave it there. We'll be back on day 3. As for this, I first utilize, I poke a couple holes on the cap and utilize that as a watering bottle. However, I decided not to use this again, and I actually found a better way to go ahead. So with this bottle, I actually make the hole already on the bottom, as you can see, and hole on the bottom all around, and hole on the bottom of and at the side to the side all around. So what I use is this pokey thing. I just pretty much poke through the plastic and make it the drainage holes. And that's it for this bottle. And I cut the top right here. If you want to look pretty, go and feel free to do so. And or you can put on the iron and just kind of like smooth the edge, or sandpaper, whatever you want. But I really don't care. I just leave it as is. And so you can see that I have this alfalfa seeds that I soak for 8 hours. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to dump it all here. And as you can see, the hole that I make is going to get all the water out. And that's why you need those, because instead of getting those, like put it on top and try to screw it, but again, this is a metal material, so it's gonna rust pretty soon. So I found this is easier for me to do, and you can just leave it there, and every single day you can go ahead and just put the water in there and then drain it and let it grow. So after you let all the seed, you put all the seeds in here, and all you have to do is just let the water drain out. If you feel that this is a little too slow, you can poke a couple more holes, so it will help you to get the water out a lot quicker and rinse a lot quicker. And pretty much after this, you can just leave the seeds in there until you can harvest, and that's about 5 to 6 days. I'm gonna show you how I utilize a different container as I'm testing during the process, and I found this plastic red cups. What you can do is I got 3 red cups, and on the bottom I can put the holes on the bottom. As you can see that there's a little holes from the inside, and not only on the bottom and also on the side as well. So this alfalfa seeds I have soaked it overnight, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you how I utilize the red cup with the alfalfa seeds. So first of all, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the alfalfa seeds in the red cup and just rinse it and let it clean. And pretty much what you can see from the cup right now, all the water already drained out. So just make sure we are washing the seeds and let all the dirty water drain out. Hello everyone, this is day 3 for both alfalfa seeds and arugula seeds. So as for arugula seeds, after you're soaking, it usually is getting really sticky around the seeds. So therefore you can't really put it in the cup. So this is what I decided to do. And as you can see that it's getting a little bigger now. And as far as you can see, the paper towel is also getting dry. So all you have to do, use a sprayer. And let's go ahead and spray it until the paper towel is wet enough. 2 to 3 times a day. And I think this is good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it on the counter for now until tomorrow. This is alfalfa seeds. And as you can see that this is the red cups that we used yesterday. So all we have to do is just go ahead and rinse it. You just put the water in there until half cup full. And as you can see that is draining. We'll go ahead and let it drain. We'll do the same thing with the other 2 red cups. And this is maybe like about 8 hours older than the red cups. As you can see, there's a lot more sprouts coming out. We're gonna do the same thing. It's the same process, but I'm just using a different container. So you can sprout with anything that you have at home. And as you can see, this is a lot older, so it's a lot taller now. I believe this is about 4 or 5 days old. I lost track of time, but you'll know when it's ready to harvest. This one here with this cup, remember what I said yesterday, there's no holes on the bottom. So, however, I do have the garlic mesh, the little net thing on the top. So I just utilize that. And once you fill the water with the whole cup, and you just dump all the water out. Usually I like to leave the water in there and just let it soak just for a little bit. I don't normally water it 2 to 3 times a day, but you know, once or twice it would be good enough. So I usually let it soak for a little bit, because other cups that when you put the water in, it will just drink a little very slow. But this one here, I think it's almost ready to harvest, so I'm gonna go ahead and let it soak just for a little bit longer than normal. And once it's done, I believe tomorrow I am going to harvest. Hopefully that it will grow a little bit taller tomorrow, and then we'll be ready. So the next thing is I have my container, and make sure that there's no water in, and with a little bit of the rack, that you can go ahead and just leave those in the basket, so it's not gonna be soaking in the water. One tip when you're rinsing your sprouts each day is, once you put the water in, you want to make sure that you let it drain, and you also shake it a little bit so it's not gonna block the bottom. Give a little more air in the bottom, so that will always be the best. So like this, after water all drained out, simply tap it, shake it a little so it's not all stuck on the bottom, and just give a little more air on the bottom for the seeds. Today we're ready to harvest arugula sprouts. First, you gotta have a scissor right there, and as you can see that our sprouts are looking very healthy and tall enough. I'm gonna put that aside, take the scissor, have a little drainer thing, and pretty much just grab one end of the paper towel, and you can start cutting. here we are. Today we're gonna harvest. For the cups that I didn't have any mark, that is the first batch that I started to sprout. And for those who has number 2, those are the second batch. So the difference between those two are 1 day difference, about 8 hours or so. So I'm gonna go ahead and prepare 2 bowls. And I want to dump all the first batch in here, as you can see. Nice and neat. And the rest on the bottom, those are pretty much the shelf that we don't really need anymore. But there might be some of the smaller sprouts. It's up to you if you want to pick them out. I'm not gonna worry about it now. This is also the first batch. Put it right there. If you can just pull it out, that would be great, because on the bottom of those shelves, I'm gonna go and use the water to rinse it to get the shells off. So the best is just pull it out. Then you don't have to worry about a whole lot. So first batch, beautiful. I have some in here too. I'll put that on the side for now. Hold it out. Put it on the side. And some of my second batch looks good too. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it out as well. So I can clean up 6 cups and then start to sprout again. Beautiful. One more cup. Right here. All right, so now all I have to do is just rinse it. And after you rinse it, pour the water out and also try to get some of the shell out of the bowl. You can put it in the refrigerator and it will save up for about 3 to 5 days. But usually I try to eat it the second day. I find the best way is not pour the water out. I find the best way is pretty much just rinse it a little bit, pour out of it, and put it in a different bowl. Rinse it, shake it a little, get the shelf off, and put it in another bowl. I'm gonna do it, repeat what I did for the rest of the sprouts. Yes, you're gonna lose some of the sprout unless you're trying to be super careful and extra careful, try to get it all out. But you're gonna lose some, that's for sure. So as you can see, once you get everything out, then you can go and put it in the plastic bag, Ziploc bag, and put it in the refrigerator. Or you can start putting some dressing and start eating. Hopefully that helps you with your sprout experience. After you rinse or wash both sprouts, I love the combination of those two. Alfalfa sprouts and arugula sprouts. Put it together. This is the perfect portion. And mix it all together for lunch today and put some dressing on. Yummy. Happy sprouting. Thanks for watching.